The fried food that you're eating might be doing you more harm than good. We all know that whatever we put into our bodies has a direct impact on our health. And what if I told you that before vegetable oils were used as food, they were used to lubricate engines so then the cogs and things would turn. So vegetable oils, along with other seed oils, are now one of the most consumed foods in the world after rice and wheat. 100 years ago, these oils were practically non-existent in our diets, but now they make up 20% of the calories that the average American consumes daily. They are found in nearly every packaged food and restaurant meal that we go and we eat each day. As vegetable oil consumption has grown, rates of obesity, cancer, and diabetes have also risen alongside of it. It's important to note that there is a correlation between vegetable oil consumption and not necessarily a causation. In order to determine if something is actually the cause, we have to look back in history and also look at the science. So to better understand vegetable oils and how they have had an impact on our health, let's delve back in history. Back in the late 1800s, America was undergoing a rapid industrialization. Factories were springing up everywhere, and with them came the need for more efficient ways to produce goods. The cotton industry was booming, but it also generated a significant amount of waste, particularly in the form of cotton seeds. These seeds were toxic and unusable, posed a great challenge for disposal. Enter William Procter and James Gamble, two innovative entrepreneurs who saw an opportunity where others saw waste. Procter, a candle maker, and Gamble, a soap maker, joined forces to find a use for the surplus cottonseed oil. They aimed to reduce costs in their respective industries by utilizing this byproduct. Through their collaboration, they discovered a way to partially hydrogenate the liquid cottonseed oil, transforming it into a solid fat that was creamy and butter-like. This breakthrough was more than just a technical achievement. It was a game changer. They called their new product Crisco, and in 1911, it was introduced to the public. Procter & Gamble's marketing genius came into play as they positioned Crisco not just as an alternative to butter, but a healthier, modern option. Advertisements touted Crisco as pure and wholesome, aligning it with the burgeoning movement towards industrialized food production. The success of Crisco marked the beginning of a new era in food manufacturing. What was once considered waste was now a staple in American kitchens. However, this shift also meant that the consumption of industrial processed oils became widespread, setting the stage for the issues that we face today. The immediate toxicity of cottonseed oil was mitigated. However, the long-term effects on health would only be understood many years later. The success of Crisco paved the way for the widespread production of other cheap oils, such as soybean oil, corn oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, and peanut oil. Companies quickly realized that they could market these oils under the umbrella term vegetable oil, which seemed to be much healthier than calling it seed oils. The clever rebranding was the first step in a massive marketing campaign that would change the way people thought about cooking oil. Clever marketing played a crucial role in promoting these oils as healthy alternatives to traditional animal fats. Advertisements from the mid-20th century often featured slogans like pure, light, and healthy. For instance, one early ad for Western Oil, a popular brand of vegetable oil, boasted that it was an all-purpose for frying, baking, and salads. The ads often highlighted the oil's versatility and its health benefits, claiming that it was better for your heart than animal fats and other oils that we've been using for millennia. Companies also employed endorsements from trusted figures to build credibility. For example, doctors and nutritionists were frequently featured in ads recommending vegetable oils as a healthy choice. This strategy was highly effective in convincing the public that these oils were not only safe, but were beneficial compared to what we were eating in the past. One notable campaign was for Mazola oil. In the 1970s, Mazola launched a series of ads that emphasized the oil's natural origins, with the tagline, "Corn goodness in every drop." These ads featured wholesome imagery of cornfields and happy families enjoying meals prepared with Mazola, reinforcing the idea that the corn oil was a pure natural product. Additionally, the oil industry capitalized on the growing health consciousness of the American public. During the 1960s and 1970s, heart disease was on the rise, and there was a significant push towards healthier eating. The American Heart Association began recommending polyunsaturated fats found in vegetable oils over saturated fats found in butter and lard. This endorsement, however, was not without its controversy, as it was later revealed that the major players in the vegetable oil industry had financial ties to the very foundations that were tasked with recommending to us healthy foods to eat. The marketing blitz was so effective by the 1980s, vegetable oils had become a staple in American kitchens. The public perception had shifted significantly, and these oils were seen as a modern health-conscious choice for many consumers. However, as we all know, the long-term health implications of these oils were not fully understood at the time. In fact, the reality only became more clear to us decades after they were first introduced. The marketing strategies used to promote vegetable oils were multifaceted and incredibly influential. They tapped into the growing desire for convenience and health, using clever branding, endorsements from public professionals, and widespread advertising campaigns to change public perception. Brands like Flora, with its claims of being heart healthy and full of nutrients, exemplify this approach. As a kid, I believed the advertisements and would use it as a spread for my toast in the mornings before school, unknowing of all the health consequences that it might be causing me. And this is just one example of how powerful the advertisement campaigns were, because if I believed it, think of how many other people also believed it at the time. So the marketing of these oils as healthy alternatives was so successful that it overshadowed the potential health risks. It wasn't until decades later that researchers began to understand the negative health impacts of these oils, such as their contribution to chronic diseases like obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. To the public, vegetable oils were seen as healthy and started being consumed at higher rates. At the same time, the Western diet increased its intake of vegetable oils. Diseases such as heart disease began to become increasingly more common. At the time, many scientists blamed smoking and other lifestyle health issues such as obesity and diabetes. Other researchers pointed out that heart disease may be a result of our changed diets, as cultures eating traditional, pre-industrial diets had lower levels of heart disease. One of the most well-known hypotheses for the increase in heart disease was the saturated fats and cholesterol that were supposedly to blame for heart disease. According to what experts say, replacing them with vegetable oils would be healthier. Before any clinical trials began, these organizations started recommending vegetable oils and villainizing animal fats and other oils that we've been using for cooking for a long time. The fact that leading health foundations such as the American Heart Association influenced how the world viewed vegetable oils, instead of eating food that our ancestors have eaten for hundreds if not millions of years, we were instead pushed to believe that something created artificially in a factory was a healthier alternative. So that begs the question, why did the American Heart Association recommend these to us, the public, when their role was to protect us and to recommend what is healthy? We've been told for decades that the heart disease is caused by saturated fat found in butter, meat, and eggs, but this may not be the case. The American Heart Association in 1961 started recommending that people avoid saturated fats and instead replace it with polyunsaturated vegetable oils. This recommendation became the single most influential policy ever published, later adopted by the US government and then by governments around the world, as well as the World Health Organization. What many people didn't know is that Procter & Gamble, the first company to mass-produce seed oil called Crisco, paid them $20 million in today's money to promote their product as healthier than animal fat. And according to Dr. Robert Lufkin, the American Heart Association accepted this $20 million, and this became a huge conflict of interest because the organization that was tasked with recommending things that keep us healthy were being funded and sponsored by the very companies that sell the products that harm our health. How do they actually cause us harm? In order to understand how and why these oils are so toxic to humans and other animals, we need to look at our biology and the chemistry. In order to better understand why these chemicals are so toxic to humans and other animals, we have to take a look at some biology and some chemistry. So we are all made up of cells, and these cells have a special casing called a cell membrane, and this cell membrane is made up of fats, like the oils in our diets. All fats are made up of a chain of carbon. Each carbon can make 4 bonds. Animal fats and butters are saturated, where all the carbons have 4 bonds, making them stable. Understanding the history and marketing of vegetable oils helps us to see how they became so deeply ingrained in our diets. The clever strategies used to promote them as healthy alternatives to traditional fats were highly effective, but the long-term consequences were not fully considered. It is clear that the rise of vegetable oils was a result of economic and industrial factors, and not actually because it is healthy. While these oils were marketed as healthy and modern, the truth is that they may contribute to chronic health issues such as obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. So what can we do? It's crucial to be mindful of the oils that we consume, opting for natural fats that have been part of the human diet for millennia, such as butter, lard, olive oil, and coconut oil. These fats are more stable and less likely to cause oxidative stress in your cells. Next time you're shopping for groceries or cooking a meal, think about the oils that you're using. Are they truly benefiting your health, or are they a product of clever marketing and industrial convenience? By making informed decisions, you can take control of your health and potentially reduce your risk of chronic diseases. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe for more information and content about how to lead a healthier life. And remember that your health is in your own hands, and you have to make the right decisions in order to lead a healthier life.